Hi everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Weekly Wisdom. I'm Father Mario. This week I have with me Father... You're not a priest. You're not... Hi everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Weekly Wisdom. I'm Father Mario, and this week I have with me Mike Chamberlain, and Mike is the evangelization coordinator here at Our Lady of Sorrows. We are continuing to kind of highlight some of what Archbishop Vigneron has given to us in his pastoral letter, Unleash the Gospel. And I was really struck by, I think it's a great image for us. The Archbishop speaks about dry wood as being perfect for being set on fire. You know, he's highlighting the fact that, you know, some of us in our spiritual life, we often feel that way. We feel dry. We feel like nothing's happening. And so he is encouraging us and saying that don't sell yourself short. There's a lot of great things that God wants to do with us. And there's a lot that we can do to rekindle that flame of love in our hearts for the Lord. But I wanted to turn to you, to ask you as a married man, as as a faithful Catholic. I'm sure in your own life of prayer sometimes it's not as rich as you'd like it to be. So just any advice that you could give to our parishioners who might be experiencing that in their life.
Sure, yeah. Going back to the image of dry wood, I love the image. I think it's awesome, and growing up I was in Scouts and we go camping and stuff all the time, and I remember one time up in Maine we were camping and it had just downpoured for days, and everything was just soaking wet and we really needed to get a fire going, and it was one of those situations where you had to really scour for some dry stuff, and we ended up finding some wet logs and stuff like that, and you had to dry it first by the fire before you let it go on the fire, or else the fire would go out. And so I think that's kind of a cool image for the spiritual life, so some of us, I think the dryness is just ready for kindling and sparking. I know you're talking about it in the sense of like aridness, or like the spiritual life is just not as, you're feeling it quite as much. Some of the things that I've done just personally in my own life is just really, you just try to get as close as you can to the fire, which is Jesus himself, So if you can make it to a daily mass or make it to communion or adoration time, awesome. Sacraments are always awesome for that. Going to reconciliation or confession, I know that always helps me. I try to go, I would say roughly like every 4 to 6 weeks, and I can feel it if I get a little bit beyond that. I need to go, and I need to kind of just get that grace and stuff from the sacrament. A couple other things, I would say just the time of silence also is really helpful for me. So when I'm feeling usually it's because I'm overtaxed, it's because I've got too many things going on. I feel too distraught in too many different directions and juggling too many things. So sometimes just giving myself like a half a day even of just silence, and that could mean I'm still like mowing the lawn or doing stuff around the house, but I don't turn on the TV. I try to almost not take phone calls, or just truly take that time in silence and just kind of ask the God for his guidance and direction. And it almost always, I feel like lighter, and it was helpful, I feel like I take a breath of fresh air. So those are some of the things that I do anyway that I found helpful, and I know talking to other people, they found helpful too. So
really for all of us too, if we find ourselves in a place of aridness, or if our spiritual life is dry, what the saints tell us is that we just need to be faithful. So be faithful, as you said, to the sacraments, be faithful to the Mass, because even if we don't feel it, God, we trust, is always working in our lives. And we also have to acknowledge it. We acknowledge before the Lord in our time of prayer that I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling your presence, Lord, so give me the grace to know that you're here. Move something within me so that I can experience your presence. We hope you enjoyed these videos. We invite you to share them on social media, on Facebook or Twitter. And we also want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do that by clicking on the link below. And also, you can get notifications each time we release a new video by simply clicking the bell on the YouTube channel page.